I'll try this one. I've got no idea if this one will come out. This is called Profundis II. This is in a really, really strange meter. Time has got the best of me. I fought it well, but now, oh, what the hell. You cut me out of my own life, and your tears of laughter mark the place I fell. Your latest flight is ending soon. You're off the swoon into his false embrace. My children too, you've taken them. Deceive them with your second face and all your reptile lies. I can't remember how we met. I know that I was down and you were out. You dazzled me with hungry eyes and a hard luck tale that hid the curse you flout. I left Hades to be with you, and to this day I didn't know which one was worse. Into the mists of time I gaze, a timeline marked in scars in every verse. How late we realize. Your debts I paid so many ways, so many days you ran up more to keep me locked in place. Your heart's empty purse I filled, but your lips were always there for him to taste. You kept me blinded by your youth, the truth you hid and always will. Your children, how you've lied to them. My God, I've had my fill. Not one word of love did you ever send me. You reeled me in with silhouette smiles. I was not the first and I won't be the last. Your roadside wiles enamored me, and long ago you scorched earth my past. You burned my future every day, and theirs as well you've traded in. One day your portrait will show your face, your scornful eyes, your malevolent grin. Your bed is full, but your heart is empty. What did I ever do to you? If I've asked you once, I've asked 1,000 times. Your vicious tongue lashes everyone, while your violated victims pay for all your crimes. You've plundered my purse, looted my soul, nailed my unborn babies to the mast. You've ransacked my mind, tomb-raided my hopes, left me praying that every day I won't last, so I won't have to endure any more tomorrows. You only want second-hand love and the cloying caress of a parasite's touch. People say you give me nothing. I reply, no, it isn't quite that much. You've shuttered up your bankrupt heart and sold off all our happiness. When the children ask where's daddy to, you sneer back, I could not care less. You must revel in their sorrows. I've teetered on the brink before. Now I welcome the jaws of the abyss. There are too many midnight memories, not the least of which is your final kiss. Your vanity, it knows no bounds. Your insanity deeds, they know no pause. You make love like salesmen make their rounds. When asked why, you reply, just because. Morality, she does not budge you. I gazed at the broken mirror. It shows perfectly what you have left of me. The pent-up rage that erupts from you, that's a sight no child should ever see. How much abuse have I taken from you, using humour and love to cushion the blows? Even now I won't tell it all. There are things the children must never know. But someday the Lord will judge you. You leave your babies all alone to go and slink into your lover's arms. Do his children what care he is tonight, as like rabid dogs you devour each other's charms? And how you love to regale me with all the details, no humility spared. As you talk, your eyes glow with perverse glee, laughing to see how much I cared, and your need to hurt well sated. The charred remains of what I was are the foundations of your Tower of Babel. But we will meet again, my love, in the corridors of a dark, eternal hell. There are no fables that you won't tell, no tales of woe you won't invent. All your acts of pain and hate, not one of them did you repent. How do you keep your conscience placated? I opened my eyes a little too late, but when I did, the true you was plain to see. You barbed wired out friends for safety's sake, when all along I was sleeping with the enemy. Your daughter said to me last week, "Mummy hates you." Oh, what words. Your son, he keeps it all inside, but I dread to think what he has heard. I can't undo your deeds any longer. Your narcissism policy defines you more than any words can say. I've laid flowers at the graves of unborn babies who got in your way. If I look back on all our years, I would stall at yesterday. There's gushing blood and gaping wounds. I laugh at all the fools who say, if it don't kill you, it makes you stronger. Compassion, you don't know the word. You toss your head back at any idea of remorse. Whatever road led me to you was the beaten track that led my life off course. You revel in the pain you inflict. You stand there mocking at the hurt you cause. There's no respite from your burning rage. Your stormtrooper words, they never pause. And no prisoners do they take. You curse your parents for your life and take it out on all of those you know. You push your father off the cliff, led your mother to the knife. We've all been burned by your sadistic soul. When I lifted your last veil, I stared in shock at the devil's face, and reflected in your children's tears are scenes of disgrace time won't replace. What memories your actions make. My heart may be drained out now, but at least there was a time that it was full. Your heart is a vacant lot, desolate, barren from all the stunts you pull. Your whiplash tongue has flailed me, and your broken vows have pierced my side. Maybe reciprocation will come to you. That's up to heaven to decide. I won't be there to view it. I look around the empty room and it doesn't seem that different from when you were here. Loneliness doesn't bother me, not when the alternative is a life of fear. Your wasteland depths are filled by him. I hope he can afford the cost. What was it that he said to you? Oh, what I have lost. He dodged the dragon's fang, if only he knew it. Wrap up well, my precious wife. You know that guilt can give you quite a chill. Pay the pauper well next time. Closing time is coming across the hill. Your putrid tongue spews sewer words, but they can't tear me anymore. The scales will balance in the end. You'll find no more hosts like me for sure. With each year your power is waning. Someone asked me who I am, some sacrificial lamb on your altar of spite. Oh, poor you, they heard you mock, then saw you head, harlot painted, into the night. I always know when you've come home, a pall of gloom obstructs the stars. The destruction that you've wreaked on me is what defines just who you are. But your save me eyes have little allure remaining. I don't know what the denouement is. Well, yes I do, and I don't even care. Your sidewinder affections are past me now. Your sidewinder affectations are past me now. Your affection, it was never really there. Emotionally, you've stripped the walls, queen of corruption with saber blade guile. You drew the moth into the flame. As it burned, you stood and smiled. Another corpse for your collection. I rode down your raging rapids with your vapid excuses ringing in my ears. Everything is someone else's fault. You've said that each day for every one of your adult years. Whenever someone crosses you, you cross them back with dynamite. Send your pirates in to raid their lives. Cast their families out into the night, demanding ransom and genuflection. The worst hand that I ever played was the one I placed the ring upon. By the time I had unmasked the real you, every hope I ever had was dead and gone. Try though I might, I could not cure your plight. No locksmith could unpick your heart's gate. I wrote you notes of harmony, but your siren voice knows only songs of hate. And for long years still, you will sing them. I didn't know until the tombstone called just what lay behind that white veneer. Until you paraded my heart on a pike, held it up like a twisted souvenir. Your viper lies kept me in thrall. Your sniper's lies, they shot me down. By the time I had made sense of it all, your heart had already skipped out of town to find more paramours for it to cling on. You tore tragedy out of me, replacing it with something 10 times worse. I flew too close to the sun with you. We started apart and then grew more diverse. Sometimes when you fall you stay. Well, you know, what's the point in getting up? I stayed silent all these years because I didn't want to interrupt your volcano flow invective. Does your anger end with me? Have you got your past out of your system yet? You fire your shots with twisted glee, but we're all unarmed targets, don't forget. I drank from your poisoned chalice right up until the time you left. But I don't bear you any malice. I'm not a saint, just of emotions I'm so bereft. I cannot be objective. You don't know when you've crossed the line, and when you do, you draw a new one further away. With violence you mock my silence, but what the hell is there left for me to say? The croupier whispered, walk away. Can't you see the wheel is fixed? I bet on red and soon I bled. There's no limit on your twisted tricks. What a legacy to inherit. Your nightmare armies hunted me down every time I made it over the wall. You pass your judgment in hieroglyphics so that I can't make sense of it all. You conjure sandstorms up at will to obstruct a clear view of who you are. The only way you'll get to heaven is if they leave the door ajar. You won't get there on merit. You can always tell where your ex-lovers are. Just look at the sky and see the vultures circling overhead. It's a strange rate of exchange indeed, when you get back a pound of hate for every grain of love. There are innocents in all of this. What damage does it do to them? Their innocence is on the line. Someday you'll see, but I don't know when. Maybe when someone no longer wants you. You thrive on dehydrated souls like a manic seamstress. You sow discord everywhere. I've seen what's left inside your treasure box, and it's not a bounty I'd like to share. Your mystery? It's plain to see. It's your misery that's yet to be solved. Satan's cast his spell on you. Your saviour's yet to get involved. And that's the tragedy that taunts you. Every time you run to him, I excavate the ruins that I've become. I'm lying somewhere in the debris where you turned paradise into a slum. Do you make love with one eye open, gazing on what you've left behind? When you don't know what you're looking for, everything is easy to find. So much harder to keep, though. You wove your web enticingly, inviting me to stay past Judgment Day. The hotel manager passed me a note. Her bill is due. She doesn't care who's fool enough to pay. I should have run when I had the chance. I think the sun was in my eyes. When you came home all dressed in black was when I saw through your disguise. When I said, you are someone I don't know. Something's got a hold on you, either time gone by or time that's yet to come. I gave so much, and in return you packed it up and handed it out to everyone. You flew to him each time you could, no matter what became of me. You made me an abandoned dog, alone in pain and misery, my blood still fresh on your hands. You send me pictures of the children. Their loneliness is plain to see in their eyes. You don't care what you do to them. I hope I'm not around when they realise. Your fortune teller said to me, enjoy your descent into hell. I told him love would see me through. He smiled, sweet fool, I wish you well. You see, you don't figure in her plans. Everywhere you put your baggage down, fresh graves appear and widows start to mourn. I can't quantify your actions anymore or dignify you with love you never did return. You scored my mind with images of you and him entwined in lust. You spurn the children, yours and his. Their lives you've trampled in the dust, but no conscience does assail you. You slaughter lambs with your bare hands and leave their bodies in the sun to rot. You claim to be the victim as they die. What a warped view of reality you've got. Deceit, denial, infanticide, there's no crime you won't commit. You raped my soul, abused my mind, and oh, how much you enjoyed it. New ways to hurt me have never failed you. I recovered consciousness yesterday in a silhouette house with silence by my side. Your note read, I loved you not one day. I've gone to him, but thank you for paying for the ride. Can I pierce together again the soul that you've excoriated? Can the children laugh again before a father they know you've devastated? You'll convince yourself they will. I looked inside your suitcase once and saw there all the Samaritan's clothing that you stole. I swear you'd pierce the side of Christ if doing so would help you achieve your latest goal. Churches burn when you pass by. Locusts swarm above your head. There's no one's life that you have touched you have not left in some way dead. Your scalpel rage used with surgeon's skill. There's an undertaker in your heart. I'll bet he can't remember when he last slept. The echoes in the empty corridors of your soul are the falling tears that all who loved you have wept. You denigrate, you desecrate, and gloat at all the pain you cause. You worship hatred, it's your muse. Gives you words you use like a jackal's claws. You tattoo children's memories for pleasure. I hope the sun sets on your empire soon. There might still be some prisoners alive to set free. With borrowed smiles do you entrap. With gross delight you throw away the key. You violate the gift of love from me, from him, from those you birthed. Annihilated all your liberators. What worse plague ever walked this earth than an emotional famine without measure? You pull me in and spit me out. How you love to play your power games. You deride me with your assignations that mean so little to you, you don't even learn their names. I've tried to rise above your motel morals and your demon deeds that make the devil blush. I've tried to find a way to revive all the hope, all the spirit that you crush, but it is not a winning battle. You looked over my shoulder when we made love. You could never look me straight in the eyes. Every night you've strayed was writ there. Your cheating heart could never keep a surprise. You laid siege to my sanctity with your Trojan horse of a heart, strapped my limbs to the whims of your craven dog lovers, and laughed as they pulled me apart like some sacrificial cattle. You threw me in the river that night and let it ride me out to sea. I don't know anything about it, you smiled, as you identified me to the authorities. Every time you roll into town, the clairvoyant she averts her gaze, while the sewer rats rush to your side to feast upon your degenerate ways. And so many morsels do you throw them. I feel nothing anymore. You've stripped my very last vestige of hope bare. I might be desolate now, but at least the children knew me when I was there. And I pray that they never ask you what it was that became of me. If destroying love is your life's goal, you've achieved it, and how proud you must be. Salome's tricks, oh, how you know them. You're the grave digger of 100 hearts, and every year your tally rises more. You repay affection with coins of despair. That's a poor remuneration, that's for sure. Your landmine tales you plant so well, then run away and leave them to explode. With lies you've dispatched angels into hell. And when your magazine's empty, you're swift to reload. You've got targets without number. I cannot write another word. You burned my inspiration at the stake. I can't open my eyes anymore. There's only so much any man can take. Damn your hungry eyes that reeled me in. Damn your hatred heart that shut me out. Damn the snake that worships you and filled your mind with gnawing doubt. Or did he? I wonder. Okay, that was Profundis II from Poems from an Empty Wishing Well. I didn't intend to do the whole thing. That's the first time I've read it back since I wrote it. Love and peace, people. Love and peace.